Well, good morning, class, and welcome to ACC 201 Financial Accounting. I'm your instructor, Al Wallace, and this is a little getting started video. So before we get started, I want to tell you that I think you folks are amazing. You're my heroes because I know a lot of you out there are constantly juggling full-time jobs. You've got families with children, that's another full-time job, and you're taking a full load, and that's 3 full-time jobs. So that's just amazing you can do all that. My goals for this class are as follows. First of all, I want to give you some practice using accounting information to make business decisions. And I hope you get a few ideas or concepts that are useful to you in the real world. And then I'm going to try to convince all of you to change your major to accounting. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but there is an accounting lobe in the brain, and I'm going to try to activate that for each of you in this class. So keep that in mind. If you get a headache, that's okay, because it usually starts with a headache, but it gets better. Now, my perceptions about this class are as follows. Accounting tells you where a business needs help and lets you see where you want to go. It also is a waste of time if you don't use accounting. And I know a lot of you folks aren't accounting majors, so you won't be using it a lot, but I'm hoping you'll get something out of the class that will help you in a general sense. And then last of all, I know accounting is boring, but it's extremely important in every business because it goes back to this first thing. Accounting tells you where you need help and also where you want to go. Now, the way we're going to do this class is something I picked up a long time ago when I first started teaching. This is called the learning pyramid. And if you listen to a lecture and about 48 hours from that time you listen to that lecture, you're going to retain about 5% of it. If you read something, you'll retain about 10% of it. If you see an audio visual, about 20%. A demonstration, about 30%. And of course, discussion group around 50%. If you practice it, which is what, that's how you learn anything, is to just get in there and start doing it. But if you practice doing accounting, you'll probably retain about 75% of it. And of course, the best way to learn anything is to try to teach it to other people. And if you do that, you'll get about 90% retention. But we're going to shoot for this 75 here. So, what's the first thing you think of when I say the word accounting? I do that in all my live classes. And what I usually get are these 3 things. I usually get the accounting is money, or accounting is numbers, or accounting is math. It's a little bit of these things, but it's not really what we're going to shoot for in this class. What this class is all about is an information system. And that information system is going to try to answer, how is my business doing? So it's all about, how is my business doing? Are we in the hole, or do we, can we improve some other product? Or it's all about answering that question. And we're going to use scorecards to answer this question. So the scorecards we're going to learn about are as follows. They're called financial statements, but I'm going to call them scorecards. Income statements, balance sheets, cash flow statements, and statements of equity. All 4 of those things, if you understand how to read those, that'll answer the question, how's my business doing? Now, these answer my, how's my business doing? These statements have to be relevant and reliable. They've got to be comparable, and they've also got to be consistent. If they're not all of these things, then these statements are not going to be helping the user make decisions. And that's what it's all about, is helping this business person, whoever they are, is to make better business decisions. Now, the most important thing in the class is this equation. If you understand this equation backwards, forwards, upside down, inside out, you will do well in this class. But it's basically this, that assets have to always equal liabilities plus equity. And that's going to always stay in balance. So let's talk a little about these assets and liabilities and equity. An asset is something that the business values. It's something of value to the business. Um, and value could mean a lot of things, but what it means in this case is the capacity to take that asset and earn money with it, or earn revenue, earn income. Examples of assets would be cash, equipment, and inventory. There's a lot more, but that's just basically a couple there. Now, liabilities. Liabilities are obligations of a business to outside parties. Obligations to pay debts, or in this case, sometimes businesses have obligations to provide services. And we'll talk about more of that in just a little while. But common examples of liabilities would be notes payable, accounts payable, and taxes. Now, equity is simply the difference between assets and liabilities. It's an intangible. Equity is, another way to say this would be the portion of the assets that are owned by the owners. Like when you buy a house, let's say the house is $100,000, and if you owe $50,000 with a mortgage, the bank owns 50% of it, and you own 50% of it. So that's another way of saying equity. Also, another way to look at equity for this class will be if you were a sole proprietorship, small business starting out, it would be called owner's equity. If you're a larger company and have formed a corporation, then it's stockholders' equity. But equity, basically, again, is just the assets minus liabilities. Now, here's some reasons why you should study accounting. If you're thinking about going into business, here's the top 10 reasons why businesses fail. And the ones I have here in red are reasons that are really closely related to I didn't study accounting very well. Things like insufficient capital. A lot of businesses start off with way too small amount of money, and they don't have any chance because they run out of money before they can get their ideas out there, and so forth and so on. Poor inventory management, over-investment in fixed assets, and poor credit arrangements. And then the last one down the list is low sales. Well, a lot of companies don't do a lot of homework, and when they start off, they lack some of these things. And according to the latest research, 50% of all small businesses fail within the first 5 years. So let's talk about some housekeeping with respect to this class. Hang on just a second. Oh, hang on. All right. Now, late or makeup work policy. Late assignments are not accepted. You can turn them in early, but not late, unless you have a really, really unusual situation. Withdrawal policy. We're going to use whatever the current semester's calendar looks like, and whatever the date is on that calendar for the last day withdrawal, that's what we'll use for this class. Now, it's your responsibility to have a backup plan in case you have a computer or an internet problem. I know this happens from time to time, but you need to have a backup plan. The book we're going to use will be used for 2 classes, Financial Accounting, ACC 201, and Managerial Accounting, which is ACC 202. And the name of the book is Financial and Managerial Accounting. And it's the latest edition, and we're going to use the ebook that's included with the class. It's optional, and if you feel like you need a physical book, then you can go to the bookstore and get a loose leaf version of the book. And it's not a lot of money. I say cheap, it's within $10 or $15, I believe. So Financial Accounting, Financial Managerial Accounting, latest edition. Wild is the author, and McGraw-Hill is the publisher. So how does the class work? This is what I would recommend that you do for this class. Before you try any homework or exam, I would recommend that you read the chapter, that you do the Smart Book exercise, which is required, and that you do a quick study practice problem. They'll say practice problems, excuse me, and then you watch any videos that are related to homework. For example, every practice problem and every homework problem that we're going to be having to look at or as either an option or a required assignment, all of them have at least one video that you can watch. Some have more than one. but at least one. Now, once you've done all that, homework, you get unlimited attempts. Homework is not timed, and you can watch, like I said, videos to help you with this homework. And I'm all going to record your highest score. If you did it homework, let's say 5 times, I'll only record the highest score. Now, sometimes when this highest score is recorded, it records it perfectly in Connect, which is what the McGraw-Hill platform we're going to use is. But sometimes when it transfers over to Blackboard, it does an average. Why, I don't know. I've had tech support look at this several different times from McGraw-Hill, from Blackboard. Nobody seems to know why this happens, but it does happen sometimes. If it happens to you, keep in mind that on this video, I reminded you that I'm only going to record the highest score, and all the grades that I record in the grade book are going to be coming from Connect, not from Blackboard, but from Connect. So keep that in mind. Okay, let's talk about exams. On exams, you get 2 attempts, and the exams are timed. And if you hover over an exam information area on Connect, it'll tell you how much time you get for each exam. It'll tell you how many points it's worth, and it gives you all the information that you need to know about the exam before you click on it and start taking it. Only the highest scores recorded for exams are also, just like homework. What's my grade based on? Take your total points that you've earned and divide them by the total points for all assignments, and that gives you a percentage. And for example, 90% of total points would be the lowest A. And sometimes I need to make changes based on several different situations. And so the percentage won't change, but I might change some of the assignments and so forth. But I'll give you plenty of time if that happens in this class. And I have to say this warning here, attention. Oh, this is not a warning, but this is just a fact here. Attention, all assignments are visible on Blackboard. You will never have to worry about, well, what's my next assignment? Because you're seeing all of them for the whole semester. Second, all due dates are visible on Blackboard. So if there's ever a question about when assignments due, you'll see it all on Blackboard. No hiding or anything. It's all there. It'll all be there for the whole semester. And then for this class, there is no final for this course. Getting started with Blackboard and Connect. So let's talk about that a little bit. If you log into your Blackboard account, use your personal ID, username, password, and then go to ACC 201 Accounting and click on a course there, and all the classes, all my assignments are going to be on a little thing called Here Are All Class Assignments. So you click on that and you'll see the assignment list, and then once you've got that, you want to click on the assignment you want to work on. So, and by the way, these are just sample screens. Your screens may not look exactly like this, but you'll get the idea. And anyway, once you've clicked on an assignment, if you don't have a Connect account, the first thing you're going to have to do is create a Connect account. If you do have a Connect account, you don't have to go through what I'm about to tell you. So you want to click on, give the Connect folks an email address and a password, and then you want to see that this is your class, the one that you've just registered for, that has the accounting information and my name and so forth, and the book and so on and so forth. And again, like I said, these are sample screens, so they won't agree with that, exactly what you're going to see. And then you'll fill out the rest of the information that is going to register you as create an account in Connect. And once you down here hit the very bottom button, it says what does it say here? It says complete your registration. Then you now have a Connect account. And then you can go to My Course, which will be hitting this little button, and you can start doing assignments. Now, when you get into Connect, after you've created that account, you'll see that there's a little area over here where you can click on the ebook, and there's some other areas that you can do some other things. But here are all the assignments. Got the due dates and so forth, so on, the name of the assignments. And you just click on any of them to start working these assignments. And once you finish an assignment, oh, hang on. Before we go any further, I need to interrupt you with this important announcement. This is a financial aid warning, so keep this in mind. I know it doesn't apply to all of you, but it does apply to some of you. You must complete a handful of beginning assignments by their due date, or I'm required to report you as a no-show. Now, when I say handful, I'm talking about 1 to 3 or 4 assignments. They'll all be dated within a week, maybe a little bit less of when the course start date is. And if you don't complete all of those assignments, then I'm required to report you as a no-show. So keep that in mind. You got to complete all those assignments within those first few days of class, or I got to report you as a no-show. Now, if you're reported as a no-show, that could endanger your financial aid. So that was the financial aid warning announcement. And now back to this. Once you've completed assignment, all you have to do basically is click on the little return to Blackboard, and once you hit submitted, and it'll go back to Blackboard, and you can then do whatever you want to else in Blackboard. You can sign out, whatever you want to do. So let me read this here. From this point forward, you can access your Connect account by clicking on the assignment links in Blackboard. They'll take you directly to the assignments you wish to complete in Connect. So when you finish the assignment, you should click Submit and then click on the Return to Blackboard link so your class transfers back to Blackboard, and then you can log out from there. That is log out of Blackboard. Now, like I said earlier, every assignment in this class, homework that is, I'm going to ask you to do, there's at least one video that will help you with, gives you the basics of how that assignment should be done. They're usually at the bottom of the assignment. So this is a homework assignment. You flip to the very bottom of the assignment, and there's a view hint number 1, or view hint. So you click on that, and you'll see a related video that connects up with this assignment. Anything else? Now, oops, I skipped the screen there. Well, hang on. Okay. If you need help with content questions, things about accounting, then I can help you out there. And so you can email me. There's my email address, al.wallace@kctcs.edu. And whoops. If you need technical help, that is something to do with, well, my computer screens won't work right, or I'm not getting connect to work right, or whatever, then I can help you. I cannot help you. But McGraw-Hill can, and they will, and they do a really good job. So you can contact them at 1-800-331-5094. And you still need more help, like I said, you can get on Sunday, Monday through Thursday, Friday, Saturday. These are all the times that Connect help is available. You can also go through their website and do that. Or again, like I said, contact me. And if need be, we can set up some type of online meeting where we can meet on Teams and do a video meeting, and it will hopefully be something that will be helpful to you. Let's see. And now I'd like to thank my PowerPoint assistant for helping make this screen possible. And then last but not least, again, any questions at all about the class, anything at all that's bothering you, troubling you, whatever, don't understand something, email me and we'll try to get that solved. So good luck, and I'm hoping this will be a great semester for you.